Hello, I'm Mark. I'm the projects manager for the Lancashire Wildlife Trust in Wigan and the site manager at Lightshaw Meadows SSSI. I was introduced to the site when I started as the Wigan Flashes project manager, which is 14 years ago, and with the opportunities of the Heritage Lottery Fund, we were able to purchase the land about 3 years ago.
Part of a wider network of flashes, Lightshaw Meadows is a stunning example of how Wigan's industrial heritage has shaped the local landscape. In the 1800s, the area was extensively mined for coal. This excavation eventually led to the subsidence of the land, allowing the formation of the wetland area.
When we purchased the site, it had changed over the previous 10 years or so. It had become much drier, with the farmer trying to drain the land to improve its productivity. He was grazing sheep, and that had changed the landscape, and gradually the number of breeding birds using the site had declined.
Over the last 1,000 years, Britain has lost 90% of its wetlands. This means that it's vital to keep and improve sites like Lightshaw in order to provide the necessary habitat for wetland wildlife.
We've reversed the activities of the last few years. We've redug the ditches, we've put a series of weirs in to divert the water around the site, and that's really good at developing the type of grasslands that we want. And we've also changed the grazing and management of the fields back to cattle using longhorned cattle. One of the important reasons why we use longhorned cows and not sheep is because sheep produce a very flat grassland, whereas cattle are much more selective in their grazing. They won't eat around their own poo. So that helps also develop the structure within the fields. So you get all this rough, patchy vegetation, which is ideal for invertebrates, birds, and also enriches the flora. Longhorn cattle graze in all conditions, so they can cope with the winter, they cope with the rough vegetation, and some of the modern breeds just wouldn't be able to handle this at all well. We can see the basic improvements that we've done are already brought in larger numbers of breeding birds. We watched snipe display this last summer before they bred. Snipe hadn't nested here in the last 10 years, so it's a new bird since we've done the work, and showing that the work we've done has actually improved the habitats. With 6 million people nearby, it's a really good opportunity for people to see these wonderful birds, habitats and plants. We have had the worst flood in the last 50 years while we've been managing the site. Makes managing the cattle problematic, but we have coped with the situation. So what we'd like to do in the future is do further improvements. We can start to make really fine level adjustments to really improve the site and manage it better for the birds. It's that sort of thing that makes me get out of bed in the morning.
Lancashire Wildlife Trust's management of Lightshaw is ongoing, with the hope that the local people will be able to enjoy a wildlife haven in the heart of Wigan.